Okay, so today I'm going to show a little Slack workflow since everybody I talk to who uses Slack fucking hates it. And I think that's just a function of, one, it's improperly used because Slack is meant to be more of a messenger app, and it kind of gets more used as a task manager and even like document manager. It's supposed to be like quick messages, not straight up full projects where you're trying to track it within Slack. So there's a couple of ways to make the workflow a little bit more manageable, and the main goal, the main principle is you use Slack as a kind of capture tool, and you take whatever you've captured from whoever's pushed a message to you, and you move it into a processing tool where you can kind of categorize things as like read later, archive, to do, things like that. So now the workflow. Boom. Let's say that there's a message in this thread, right? Go here. You can use something like Trello. We're going to do Trello first, and then we're going to do ActiveFlow. Boom. Trello. Okay, great. So I've set up an integration here, a shortcut here, where I can take the card and put it into, or take the message, I'm sorry, and put it into Trello. What you want to do is you want to utilize the mouse as little as possible, because most of the time that you're going to spend on the computer is going to be spent pecking around for shit with the mouse. If you have ever seen like an old person who doesn't know how to type and they're like looking at the keyboard pecking, that's what you look like with the mouse. So we're going to try to utilize keyboard shortcuts as much as possible. And so here, you go through it, whatever, boom, put it in the list, and you got to create your own workflow, but title the card of the message from Slack, description, Slack, go through it, whatever information that you want on your message, that's what you put into the shortcut. So for instance, probably something like project, person, due date, priority, which in another video we'll go over how to determine what priority it is. Like a label, whatever, get creative. And then you just press create, and it'll be there, and you can then manage it from Trello so that you don't have to like go back into Slack and try to remember what you were thinking at the time, or has this been done, whatever. And then you can give access to your team members so that they can move the Trello card along the board, which, typical traditional Kanban style is to do, doing, done, right? And then variations of that. That way you're not like, hey, Sarah, did you do the very easy task that I asked you to do? Like, I can't keep track of myself. How am I supposed to keep track of all the other people? So you let them manage themselves. They move the thing along the board, and if they have troubles and it's blocked, they can contact you. Probably the best way to do it is on Trello or whatever app that you're going to use. Move it into the blocked column. Now, anytime something is moved into the block column, maybe you get a Slack message, right? And that's how you can manage your notifications, especially if you have several applications that you're using for project management. Okay, so that's one way to do it, okay? Another way to do it is to use ActiveFlow, which is what I'm currently using and I'm liking quite a bit. So let's just say hypothetically that I can click this message here and I can copy the link, okay? I believe the keyboard shortcut is L. So you click the message and you press L, okay? But doesn't matter for purposes here. What we're going to do is we're just going to highlight, copy, right? And if I go Option Space, which is my AccuFlow quick capture shortcut, you'll see that it says capture. You created this channel on da-da-da-da-da, blah, 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 right? Now I can go through and actually prioritize my task, categorize my task, add a time estimate to the task, the same way that I did on Trello, except it's a little bit less structured, and it's quicker because, this AccuFlow shortcut can be used anywhere on any application. It's not limited to just Slack, and you can do it, if you're working on something else and you have an idea, boom, quick capture, da-da-da. So I would say like hashtag, project, and then it would be, I don't know, do XYZ, and then who do I want to assign it to? I don't know, maybe like Lexi, right? And then what priority is it? Exclamation mark, and you can learn all of these keyboard shortcuts in the AccuFlow app. It's super easy to do. How long is it going to take? I don't know, probably 6 minutes. And then, maybe I'm like waiting on it, and you can schedule it on the calendar, or you can put it into a specific time slot. Like word processing is a time slot that I have. You can give it a deadline, like today, tomorrow, or I can just say, schedule it for today, right? And then it picks it up. Natural language processing picks it up. And if I want to add a description, hi friend, right? Boom. Now it's on our AccuFlow. We go to AccuFlow. Oh, it's right here. Do XYZ. That's nice. What we can do is we can take it, we can move it and drag it onto the calendar, but I'm not going to do that right now. The other cool little thing that AccuFlow added is like sections to the project. So it's Command-Shift-C, or you can click this thing and go new section, right? And I don't know, let's say that this section is, you probably don't want to use to do, doing, done, because the default is to do, then done will show up here. It'll say like show done tasks somewhere here. And you could do like waiting, or you can organize it by tags, and then you can sort it and filter it by tags. Let's just make this section like, I don't know, blocked. Let's say waiting. Or you can make the section, let's say that you have a bunch of phases to the project. You can do it like that rather than using tags. So, tags are great and they're really universal, but if you have too many of them, then it kind of gets unruly and you might forget to put one on when you meant to. So maybe phase enrollment. Right. Boom. Quick workflow should make it a little bit easier.